Okay, let's start this episode off right. We're going to be slicing up this lemon here. We're doing it with our brand new knife. This was a gift from Danny Reyes, my producer, director, editor, and was kind enough to buy me a new bar knife to be able to be a little bit more formal. It's nice. I like this knife a lot. As you can see, it cuts through the lemon very quickly. It is standard as a bar knife. It actually is produced as a bar knife. And if you want to find this, Danny will put a link to it in the description. It has the little fork at the end. You can pick things out of a jar if you're getting maraschino cherries or if you're getting olives. I'd like to thank him and his wife for both contributing towards the success of this episode. Welcome back to the Classic Gent episode 4. This is great. We've got a lot of new gifts and toys. I say gifts because it was my birthday recently, and I appreciate everything everyone's given me, including, again, I don't have to search the internet anymore, the Savoy Cocktail Book, or Savoy Cocktail Book, or what I call the Book of Cocktails, right? But today we're going to visit something that I like to do because of the fact that, again, we're going to try and stick with the gin cocktails, and like I said, we're going to use things to finish. So I really like to use up this bottle of gin, maybe go on to vodkas or perhaps rums after that. But we're going to stick with something called the White Lady. The White Lady is actually based on a series of cocktails called sours. So sours have a base alcohol, whether it be vodka, gin, brandy, whiskey, rum, and something of a sweetener, and also lime or lemon juice. So what we're doing today is called the White Lady. A little background on that: there is another bartender out there. His name is Harry McAlone. He says he created it in 1919 at the Ciro's Club in London. He claims to have reinvented it back in 1929 when he moved on to his own bar called Harry's New York Bar, which is also located in London. The thing about that is the original recipe that he said he created came with creme de menthe. In his second book, the first book, but the second iteration of him making a cocktail in his Harry's New York Bar in London, he didn't actually include it in his book. So it makes you wonder if he created it, why wouldn't he put it in his book? And we've already established some of the cocktails that Harry Harry Craddock actually made. So we're going to give credit to Harry Craddock again. I appreciate his book. He's been great. The use of creme de menthe just doesn't sound palatable to me, so I'm not going to really fancy that. You'll see a lot of my cocktails here are kind of strong. They're tasty, but a lot of the ones I'm going to do are going to lack sugar. I'm not going to say I won't use sugar, but not to implement my own beliefs and my own philosophies. But I just don't eat sugar. I don't like it. I follow a keto diet, so that's why you might not see that. But doesn't mean I won't do it. There's a lot of good cocktails out there that require sugar. I'll make them. We'll probably have special guests on that enjoy those types of things, and we'll go from there. But let's make this cocktail. So what do we need? You guessed it. A cocktail full of ice, right? And pop that off. Let's go ahead and use one of our new toys. This would come from my lovely girlfriend, Colleen. Colleen is a sweet girl. She puts up with all my BS. Sorry, we're on Facebook, right? Or Facebook and YouTube. Thanks, Dan. So we're gonna get our 50 pounds gin. I'm going to fill that up. Remember, this is going to be 2 1-in-1, so 2 parts of gin. With my fancy new jigger. We're going to do 1 part of Cointreau. And again, in other sour recipes, Cointreau, triple sec, sweet and sour mix, those are all used, which is fine. I like Cointreau because It was also used a lot in London, which was, you know, around the time that we were using, or we had a lot of these cocktails come out from the, you know, Savoy book. Again, not to reiterate, but it's because of the fact that Prohibition occurred in the United States. That's why Harry went there, and that's why a lot of cocktails come out of London or France. So in France, they have a lot of different views about what goes into the cocktail. Some of them have similar like ingredients, but at the same time just different parts to it, right? Instead of 211, it's 112, 2113, whatever you're talking about. We can go in that and delve into that deeper as we progress, but we're going to go with this iteration of the White Lady. So the other thing, I got some new barware, right? So I got the nice strainer, because I know people were upset about that. And again, thanks to Danny, my producer, director, and editor, we have a nice new coupe glass. So those are the three ingredients, right? Cointreau, we've got the gin, and we've got the lemon juice. I'm gonna shake it up. Remember, hot lights, folks, so we don't shake too long because we've already had the ice sitting a little bit and it's getting a little watered down. So I'd like to tell you that there is also some other versions of this, and one of them was I can't remember his name. He was actually the manager of the American bar the Harry Craddock worked at, and he suggested, to hold this drink together very well, that perhaps to use egg white. So egg white's another option to put in this drink. I like this classic as Harry had it. The other thing, Harry didn't ask for anything other than just this as it is. There's no garnish to it. He didn't mention it. But some people say a lemon rind. I think it would look good, but again, I like to have the most classic idea of the drink, and Harry invented this one. Again, arguments beside, he invented this drink, and I think it's awesome. You're actually going to see me try it for the first time. I've never tried this one. You know, they talk about triple sec, sweet and sour. Those would be awesome to sweeten it up. But I tell you right now, that Cointreau actually sweetened it up pretty well. Probably lemon juice too. I'm not used to drinking lemon juice as much, but it actually has a sweet flavor to it. As is, I think it's a great drink. Delicious. I like to thank everyone that was involved. I got this book we're going to make a lot more cocktails of. I've got the strainer now. I got the double strainer. What else? The nice new jigger. My bar knife. Everything is good. We actually have an earlier cocktail book, which I'm excited to explore. I don't know if there's going to be different drinks in it. I asked for it because it was an earlier cocktail book in like 1896, I believe, and we will explore that. I don't want to mention it yet because I'd like to get some more drinks out of Harry's book. It was a great start to our, episodes in our series. I have to thank again Rip Rock's Bar for giving us the space to be able to shoot these things. I'd like to give thanks to Danny for being available to shoot this. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, thoughts, ideas, if you have suggestions as to what you want to see next, we will definitely explore those things. Brenda Granados, we will be making was a whiskey sour, Dan? Old fashioned. Yeah, we will make an old fashioned soon. We'll get there. Like I said, let's get through some gin here first. We're almost at the end of our 50 pounds gin. You know what happens after that? We buy another bottle of 50 pounds gin, but we also will work towards getting more rum, vodka, and whiskey drinks. Cheers again. Thanks to everyone that keeps making this possible. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, and again, please leave us a comment. We do appreciate that. Cheers. Okay, so my bar story. I think it's the first time I actually had a whiskey sour. It was she your wife already, Dan? Danny's the producer, director, editor, cameraman, sound guy. So at least 3 years ago, we were down here. I think we were watching either a movie or watching The Walking Dead, because we always tend to get together to watch Walking Dead Sunday. We finished around 9:30. We were enjoying whiskey sours. We're drinking those. I was shaking them up. They were delicious, phenomenally. Like, I loved it. My sister-in-law, Danny's wife, Jessica, loved it too. She was enjoying that thoroughly. We just kept drinking. We ended up watching Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which is kind of a long movie, and neither one of us would like budge to say we should go to sleep. So we ended up finishing up, and it was like no more egg whites, sugar. It was just like sweet and sour and whiskey. We were just drinking at that point. Both of us had to go wake up and go to work in the morning.
It was a Sunday.
It was a Sunday. It was a Sunday. Sorry. Regardless, it was a fun time. I still like whiskey sours. If you want me to show you a version we can make that is keto friendly, we can do that. That's the story. It was a rough morning, I could tell you that. And that was when I was driving an hour to work every day. So I was even making it more rough. But yeah, it's my bar story. God bless.